Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be starting something that I have been wanting to do for so long, and that is redo my dresser and my nightstands. Now, let me just be very straightforward. I like my bedroom. It's a mess right now, but that aside, when it's cleaned, I really like my bedroom. I like the paint colors, I like the bedding, I like what's going on. And my dresser is beautiful, but it's not me. It's not my style. I don't want to get anything new because that's expensive. I also don't want to get anything new because what I have is working for me. The size, the shape, everything fits in here perfectly. I just don't like the style. It doesn't fit me. So let me show you what we've got going on. So here is what I have. There is some hardware missing. It's not actually missing, I just took it off. So I have all the parts and pieces. They're just not all on there. Obviously my room's a mess right now, so I'm gonna be redoing the dresser, and then I'll also be restyling all of that and hopefully putting that in this video. But let me show you what I don't like. One, I don't like the color. It's supposed to be a charcoal color, and I think it looks pretty good on camera, but in person, the charcoal pulls really blue. So the color's okay, but I don't love the undertone of it. So I want to get rid of that. Second, the hardware. The hardware is beautiful, but it's very Asian-y, like it's a very Asian style, which is fine, but that's not me. I'm not into that interior design style. It just doesn't match the rest of my stuff. It doesn't make me feel happy. So we're gonna get rid of that and do something a little bit more rustic, classic, I think. I would say my style is like rustic-y and classic-y. So that's what we're gonna do. So with this furniture, immediately, I've known for a very long time I wanted to get rid of that blue undertone. I can't refinish the wood because it's not solid wood, so that's out of the way. I don't really want to do anything light colored because I like dark furniture, and I didn't want to do anything colorful because I don't like color. So what does that leave us with? Gray and black. And I just like black furniture. So I'm gonna do black, but my main concern, I didn't want the black to be too black. Like I didn't want it to be too intense. So my goal is to do like a soft black, like a soft warm black. I know that sounds stupid, but I think that it'll look good, and that's the plan I'm going with. So soft black dresser. As for the hardware, I stopped at Hobby Lobby because Hobby Lobby has a ton of options for hardware, like really unique and cool options, and I just picked up a ton of these. I literally spent $150 on all of these just so that I could get an idea of what I wanted. So I need to decide on knobs for that, and then pulls for this side, and then obviously the other side. Right away, I can pretty much eliminate all of these gold brass looking hardware. While they are cute, I put them on the dresser and I don't like how they look, so I'm just gonna get rid of these right away. So I really liked this one because I thought it looked westerny and kind of antique-y, which is definitely my style. But once I actually hold this up to the dresser, I feel like it looks strange. I also feel like it sticks out too far, like I would hit myself on it. So this one's a no. This one looks way too small for the drawer. This one looks great, but I think it's a little bit more modern than what I'm going for. This one's okay. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Now this one I think looks amazing. I love the shape, I love the size. I think this one's awesome. However, I don't love that it's brass. I definitely like that dark on dark look because I think it looks really seamless. So as much as I love the shape, I don't love the color of this one. So what I've decided, first of all, these are $12 a piece, and I really don't want to spend that much on these drawer pulls. So what I actually did is I went online and I found a very, very similar option in black, and they were $3 a piece. So I ordered 6 of these. They should be coming in soon. As for this middle section here, I got a bunch of options, and I'm just gonna be very honest, I just loved this one right away. It looks like this. I think it looks amazing. I think it looks classic, antique, but it still has a little bit of character, and plus it'll match the black drawer pulls that I got. So make it simple, I love those, so we're gonna do that. So now that you know my plan on the pulls and the knobs and my little thought process behind it, I'm gonna get started on painting, and I'm actually going to paint the nightstand first. That way if I don't like it, I've only like half committed and I can change, and it's, you know. So we're gonna start with the easy project. Let's go. Okay, so I actually am gonna be painting this in my bedroom because quite frankly, the thought of carrying my dresser down the stairs and into the garage sounds exhausting, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna paint it in here. Also, the paint that I'm using is going to be pretty non-fumey, so I feel safe painting it in my room. Worst case scenario, I sleep on the couch. All right, so this piece has already been painted with chalk paint and wax quite a few years back. It's held up really good all in all, but there are just a couple places where there's a little bit of like lifting and chipping. Not many, but for the few places that are a little bit worn, I'm just gonna take a sanding block and buff those a little bit. Honestly, that's pretty much all I need to do, so I'm just gonna go back in and wipe this again. Okay, so this is the color that I actually decided I'm gonna go with. It's called Fired Earth. It is a Valspar color. It's not quite black, but it's also not really gray or brown. It's kind of gray, brown, black, and it leans a little bit on the warm side. I know that's a lot of adjectives, but that's the color I'm gonna be using. I think it's gonna be a really good option. So for the furniture, I'm gonna be using this paint. It is the Behr chalk paint. Honestly, I've used a lot of chalk paint brands at this point, and I feel like they're all pretty similar, but the nice thing about the Behr paint is that you can match it to any color you want, which a lot of brands don't actually offer. Also, this one's good because it's cheaper, and I like cheap, so win there. All right, this is what the paint looks like. I'm just gonna take a synthetic brush just so that the brush strokes are really smooth, and I'm gonna get to painting. I also forgot to mention, because this is chalk paint, I don't have to sand, I don't have to prime, I literally have to do no prep work. Chalk paint sticks to everything, that's why I like to use it. I'll be honest, at this point the color looks almost exactly the same as the first color. However, the blue tone is no longer there and it looks so much better already. All right, this is one coat of just the chalk paint. I'm not even gonna do a second coat because I think this looks great. I don't think I need a second coat. That would just be a waste of paint, honestly. I'm super impressed because I finished this whole nightstand and I still have this much paint left. I thought I was gonna need 2 cans of paint to finish everything, and now I'm starting to think that I might be able to get away with just 1 can, which is awesome. I also want to point out, as far as the technique of painting, I'm really not following any particular techniques. I'm just trying to do thin layers. I feel like thin layers always work a little bit better with painting. Also, I'm trying to keep my brush strokes in the same direction just so that everything looks really neat. But other than that, chalk paint is really, really hard to mess up. So if you're not comfortable painting, if you're not really crafty, this is a really good technique for you. All right, it's the next day, so it's time to move on to the next step. All right, now that my furniture is dry, I'm gonna be taking this chalk paint wax. It's in the shade black and it's from Annie Sloan. I'm just gonna be using a rag and I'm gonna buff it into the furniture. This black wax is gonna make the paint a little bit darker, and it's also gonna add a little bit more protection to the furniture. And same technique with the chalk paint, with the wax. I'm just trying to rub in the same direction so that it looks neat and uniform. Wow, look at that soft black. Anyways, I'm gonna make sure that that wax cures for probably like a week, and then I'm also gonna do the dresser and the nightstand, and I'll be back when that's all done. It might be a while for me. Just a quick little transition here. I've already painted all the nightstands, but right now I'm gonna show you a couple little tidbits of advice for when I was doing the drawers on the dresser and things of the liking. I also wanted to point out really quickly that where the old drawer pulls were, the new ones won't fit. Basically, the screw marks were in the wrong spot. So basically, I just went to the store, picked up this small can of plastic wood. I got the smallest, cheapest can because I've noticed this stuff dries out really fast and you don't get to use it very frequently. So I took the plastic wood, filled these holes in. I like to fill the holes a little bit full so that you can sand it down smooth. And then once it's sanded down smooth, I will paint it and resume the project. This is the painted drawer once the holes are filled. To make the drilling process easier for the new drawer pulls, I just created this little stencil. This is the same size as this whole inlay, and then I measured halfway through so that I knew the half mark, and then I measured 1 inch down, and then I put little holes there so I can just drill right through this stencil to make sure that everything is going to be even on every single drawer. All right, it is roughly 1 week later. All of the paint and the wax has totally cured. I buffed out that little bit of extra wax just so everything was nice and shiny and clean, and I have everything reassembled and all put together. One thing I just want to point out, these little hinges were gold. I just spray painted them black to match everything else. Anyways, on to the final project. This is how the dresser looks completed. I think it looks so much better, and also I'm going to be showing you how I decorated this whole wall because I think it looks great. Honestly, this is probably the first project I've ever done where I'm fully or near fully satisfied with the end result. But anyways, these are the highlights. I think the dresser looks so much cleaner and sleeker with these handles. I'm not totally sure if I love the two together, but it is what it is. It's so much better than it was. I just have some decorative books. I got most of these at Goodwill, actually. You can find really great home decor books at Goodwill. You just have to be willing to look. Same thing with these bookends. These were from Goodwill. They're about $7. I have a perfume, a candle. This is actually an ice bucket. It's a vintage ice bucket, and I actually really love it because my perfumes fit in there perfectly. I don't like the look of perfumes on a counter. I think it looks cluttered, so this is great because it looks good and it hides them. Little trinkety thing from Goodwill. Then also these pieces of art. I found the frames at Goodwill. Goodwill's my favorite. And then I just painted the pieces of art inside. I'm thinking about putting something else in the frames, but for now, I think this looks good. This chair here in the corner, I made the table. And then the chair I got from Goodwill for $9, and then I redid the wood and I reupholstered it. So that is that. And then these little string lights, I got mine from IKEA. I still have tape right there. I need to fix that. But the string light is from IKEA. The pendants from IKEA. Probably spent $15 on that total. But you can also get those from Amazon. Plus, it's nice because it plugs into the wall right down there. So you don't have to do any hard wiring. So that is everything. That is my whole project completed. That is this whole wall done, and I'm super happy with it. Thank you guys for watching, and please be sure to like and subscribe.